Hey yo, it's Paulie at YoPaulie.com. Today we're going head to head, iPhone versus Palm Pre. I'm going to show you the universal search. So the iPhone, basically, let's say we're in our calendar. In order to get to universal search, I have to close the calendar, and then I can click the button, it'll go back to search. The other thing you can do is just scroll back and it goes to your search after your first window or prior to your first window. So I'm going to search for YoPaulie. P-A-U-L-Y. Okay, so as you can see, it searches my iPhone and I can click and it's going to show me whatever I have on the phone, and this is that note that we made earlier, YoPaulie.com. The thing I like, two things I like about the Palm Pre are that I'm in my calendar program. I can leave it open, I can minimize it, and now all I have to do is open the phone and start typing. And there's YoPaulie.com. I can also search my contacts and various other things on the phone, but the thing I like about it is that I can search the web at the same time. Palm Pre wins again. Okay, we're going to take a quick look at the camera. Now if you can look at this, I took two pictures that are the same. This is some teddy bears and we're going to zoom in on the guy's nose, okay? And the Palm Pre, I took the same picture, and there you see it. So we can zoom in on the nose. Now if you compare nose to nose, I don't know if you can tell, the iPhone on my right here looks a little bit bluer to me. This one is a little more yellow. I kind of like the color a little bit better. If we look at a picture that I took of a vase, let's see if I can get a decent thing. This is a vase that's in my closet and it was fairly dark. I just want to show that without a flash, even in low light, not even darkness, it's very difficult to get a clear picture on the iPhone. Whereas on the Palm Pre, that is the picture. Now it's going to look a little washed out here probably, but that's the photo that I took in the dark. If I get closer, maybe it'll show. It's not completely washed out as it may look on the screen, but obviously I can see the image, whereas with the iPhone, it's pretty much difficult to see, pretty much impossible. So I prefer having a flash because I don't know how many times that I took photos and I just couldn't get it. My friend with a Crackberry had a flash and I was a little bit envious. It's like, oh, nice iPhone. Anyway, camera I think is a toss-up. Okay, now I want to compare the calendars between the Pre and the iPhone. And there are differences that I like on each of them, and I'm going to show them to you. So for instance, on the iPhone, the one thing that I really like about the iPhone is that in month view, you can click on any day and you can search through your calendar items just by scrolling up and down for that particular day. Here's January 29th. On this one I don't have any particular thing loaded in here. But the thing that I don't like, if I want to scroll through months on the iPhone, I have to click this little arrow. And then notice how close that arrow is to that adding a calendar. So oftentimes if you're scrolling through February, March, April, occasionally, and it just happened there, it'll pop that up as I'm trying to scroll through. That's the iPhone. On the Palm Pre, the thing I like about the calendar, the thing I don't like about the calendar, again, for instance, here's January 29th. When I click on it, it takes a minute for it to open up, and then I can see what's on the day, and I can scroll through. The thing I do like about it is if I want to say, well, what am I doing that weekend, I don't have to go back and forth. I can just slide my finger and I can go through my calendar days that way. If I'm in month view, I can also scroll through the months. Instead of using the little arrow like on the iPhone, I can just swipe up February, March, April, etc. It shows time that you're available. This shows that I have 3 hours free between breakfast at Tiffany's and meeting with my real estate broker, and then I have 2 hours free after that I'm having dinner with friends. So it's kind of nice. It gives me a picture of what I'm doing that day and how much time I have to take naps. So those are the calendars. Awesome. I like the Palm Pre's better. Okay, let's talk about multitasking. On the Palm Pre, you can truly multitask. Right now, I'm listening to Pandora. And I can minimize that. I can look at my calendar. I can minimize that. And it could be while I'm driving, I've got music playing in the background plugged in through my car. when I've got Sprint navigation on, for instance, I'm not driving now, but this is what happens when you come to a direction.
Go 0.6 miles and enter route 85 north.
Music comes down, directions come on, music comes back. That's probably my favorite feature of having multitasking. Okay, so YouTube. I've got both phones open to YouTube. They're both on most viewed. I have no idea why they're showing different ones, but here's the difference that I see. iPhone on the right. When you search through, it gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos, and then you've got to hit load more to get 5 more videos. On the Palm Pre, it loads them all. So you're just flipping through. I don't know why it is that they're different, but they're different. But I like that feature. From here, I can just search by typing. I can type in Yo Polly again. So up comes the video. It still shows it in landscape mode. Does a pretty good job.
Today I'm going to show you probably the toughest iPhone.
Let's get rid of that. Now on the iPhone, in order to do the same thing, I click on search and I type in yopolly.com. It goes into landscape mode, and for some reason the iPhone takes a little bit longer to load, but not bad.
Today I'm going to show you probably the toughest iPhone.
So there you go. It works on both. I like them pretty equally on both. Okay, let's talk about updates. On the Palm Pre, if there's a software update or an app update, it's all done over the air. So all you have to do is scroll over to your updates button, push on it, and it determines whether or not there's an update, and it asks you if you want to download it. And when you download it, it does it over the air, the phone goes idle while it's doing it, and you're updated. The iPhone, there is no such app on the iPhone. The iPhone, you get the cable, and you plug it in, and you hook it to your computer, you sync it, and that's the only way you're going to get updated. Okay, now I want to show you cut, copy, and paste. Palm Pre is able to do it, as is the iPhone. So I'm in my notes, or my memos app right now on the Palm Pre. And what I want to do is I want to copy yopolly.com. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down the Shift key, and I'm going to drag my finger, and it highlights it. Now I put my finger, I don't know if you can see this, on the gesture area. I hold it there, and I hit C for copy. And notice it says selection copied. Now I can go down wherever I want, and I put my finger back in the gesture area and V, just like your standard copy paste, and there it is. It comes back. yopolly.com got pasted. And the other thing that I wanted to show you is on this keyboard, the Palm Pre actually does have somewhat of a virtual keyboard, at least the ability to have one, is there's this SYM, the symbol button. If you press it, notice that up pops a virtual keyboard that you can then scroll through. So if you want to do special characters, there's a couple of smiley faces in there. My guess is at some point they're going to put a virtual keyboard, or I hope they put a virtual keyboard on here, because in some cases it is handy. Most cases I prefer the hard keyboard. One last thing I want to show you is the charger port, which is on the side of the Pre. It's difficult to get your finger in there to open it. Well, the trick is to slide open the slider. Now it allows you to get your finger right behind it, and you simply have to pop it, just the top, and then once you pop it, spin it. Pop it, spin it, and then it opens up the port jack very easily. And then you just pop it right back in. It's just a pop and a spin. Now once you pop it, don't pull it. Just spin it, and then it'll very easily, it loosens up, and then you can easily plug in your charger, just like that. Then you can very easily just plug in your charger. So it's not a big deal, you just have to know how to do it. So that's it, boys and girls. Those are yopolly's favorite things about the Palm Pre iPhone challenge. You decide. It's your money, it's your phone. Be cool. How do you turn this thing off?